Rumors are circulating among royal circles about a remarkable occurrence. Princess Anne, the dependable Princess Royal, has unveiled 3 enigmatic videos recorded by Queen Elizabeth II before her death on September 8, 2022. These are not ordinary recordings. They hold the late Queen's last messages to her family, words shaped by the insight of a ruler who led for 70 years. However, it's her comments about Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales, that have stunned King Charles, Prince William, and the whole royal family. An extraordinary honor, never previously given in royal history, was conferred on Catherine in these recordings. What might this be? And why is it causing such upheaval within the monarchy? Stay tuned as we explore this incredible tale, and feel free to leave your opinions in the comments. The royal family is familiar with hidden truths, but this one stands apart. It's not tied to controversy or conflict. Instead, it centers on love, heritage, and a vision for the future that Queen Elizabeth entrusted to her most reliable confidant, her daughter, Princess Anne, known for her straightforward attitude and steadfast devotion. Anne has always been the family's pillar, so her decision to release these videos was not taken lightly. Insiders from the palace reveal that Anne struggled with the timing, waiting for the right moment when both the family and the public could fully understand the significance of her mother's words. Filmed in the serene setting of Balmoral Castle during the summer of 2022, the videos reportedly show Elizabeth at her most contemplative, her voice firm yet tender, aware that her time was limited. For King Charles, Prince William, and Princess Catherine, these messages were profoundly personal. But it's the Queen's remarks about Catherine that have ignited widespread curiosity. Royal enthusiasts are abuzz. What could Elizabeth have said to astonish a family steeped in centuries of custom? Was it a new title, a significant role, or something even deeper? As we delve into this narrative, let's begin with the central figure, Princess Anne, and why she was chosen to preserve her mother's final wishes. There's an undeniable aura of respect surrounding Princess Anne. It could be her relentless dedication, carrying out hundreds of duties each year, even at 75, or perhaps her defiance of public criticism. The Princess Royal, born on August 15, 1950, has always reflected her mother's values, committed to duty, practical, and deeply protective of the monarchy's heritage. Thus, it's unsurprising that Queen Elizabeth selected her only daughter to protect these invaluable videos. What makes this moment so unique, though, is how Anne decided to disclose them. Not with grandeur, but with quiet determination, as if fulfilling a solemn vow. Elizabeth, aged 96 at the time, realized her health was declining. She wished to leave a lasting legacy for her family, beyond just a will or a letter, including her own voice and emotions. Anne was present, serving not only as a daughter, but also as an observer, making sure the recordings were safeguarded with great attention. Anne acted as her mother's trusted advisor during those last months, and a family insider disclosed that the Queen relied on her to decide the appropriate moment to release these messages. The choice to make the videos public in 2025 followed several months of contemplation as King Charles dealt with his cancer treatment and the royal family confronted emerging issues. Anne believed the family required her mother's guidance more than ever. The initial video was presented privately to Charles, William, and Catherine at Sandringham in the beginning of June. Right before trooping the color, observers noted a room filled with intense emotion, with Charles holding tightly to his chair, William's eyes appearing tearful, and Catherine, though usually calm, clearly affected. However, it was the third video, directed specifically at Catherine, that altered everything. We should examine what gave these messages such impact and why they are reshaping royal history. Queen Elizabeth II excelled in oratory, blending tradition and optimism in her speeches. Yet, these videos were unique. They were unpolished, improvised, and profoundly intimate. In the first one, she addressed King Charles, her oldest son and heir. She advised him to follow his instincts as much as his obligations, according to a palace source. She reminded him that the crown carries a great burden, but his affection for the people would help him endure it. For Charles, who has encountered criticism regarding his efforts to modernize the monarchy, these words offered comfort and reassurance of his mother's faith in him during her final days. The second video was intended for Prince William, the next in line. Elizabeth's words were both gentle and resolute, encouraging him to juggle his responsibilities as a parent with his upcoming role as king. She discussed his children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, explaining how they would represent his most important achievement. The source mentioned that William, who has frequently discussed his grandmother's impact, was deeply affected, with his joy as a father blending with the gravity of his future role. Yet, it was the third video that left everyone stunned, aimed at Princess Catherine. It held a disclosure so significant that it is viewed as an extraordinary honor. What exactly did the Queen convey? Based on reports, Elizabeth commended Catherine's poise, strength, and skill in engaging with the public, similar to her own experiences early in her reign. Then came the surprising announcement. Elizabeth appointed Catherine as the overseer of a fresh royal project, which she had conceived but never started. This project is a worldwide organization dedicated to mental health and environmental protection, to be headed by Catherine under her name. This wasn't merely a task. It was a significant responsibility, a position that raises Catherine above her existing role as Princess of Wales. No consort has ever received such a clear directive from a sitting monarch. A historian specializing in royalty called it an unprecedented honor. Let's delve into why this event left the royal family in shock. To grasp the reason behind their astonishment, we must examine Catherine's path. Born as Catherine Middleton on January 9, 1982, she joined the royal family as a commoner when she wed Prince William on April 29, 2011. Over time, she has garnered respect for her grace, her charitable efforts, and her skill in handling public attention while parenting 3 children. However, even her strongest advocates couldn't have foreseen this development. Queen Elizabeth's choice to assign Catherine leadership of a worldwide foundation is more than just an endorsement. It reimagines the potential role of a royal consort. The foundation, provisionally named the Elizabeth II Legacy Fund, is believed to merge Catherine's dedication to mental health, seen in her involvement with Heads Together, with her focus on environmental initiatives, such as the Earthshot Prize she backs alongside William. Elizabeth's idea was daring, a platform to bring together Commonwealth countries in tackling 2 of the globe's most critical challenges. By appointing Catherine as its overseer, the Queen essentially granted her a role with influence comparable to that of a reigning monarch. This act symbolizes Elizabeth handing over her legacy. A source revealed that she recognized in Catherine someone capable of upholding her principles for the future. For King Charles, the news was a mix of emotions. Having long been a proponent of environmental issues, he found it poignant that his mother selected Catherine to spearhead this project. Insiders mention he feels pride, yet also surprise, as the choice highlights Catherine's rising prominence. For William, it was a moment of wonder. He has always believed Catherine to be exceptional, but a close friend of the couple noted that witnessing his grandmother honor her in this way deeply moved him. Catherine herself was said to be at a loss for words, her usual calm replaced by tears as the Queen's message resonated with her. Why did Elizabeth select Catherine? Let's look at the hints within their bond. The relationship between Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Catherine was a subtle harmony. expressed through fleeting looks, shared smiles, and a quiet mutual understanding. From their initial encounter in 2008, when Catherine was still Kate Middleton, William's university love, Elizabeth noticed a spark and a strength reminiscent of her own early days as a young queen, facing immense expectations. That first meeting at a private dinner in Windsor was modest but crucial. Catherine's anxious curtsy and Elizabeth's kind smile laid the foundation for a bond that would evolve into one of the monarchy's most heartwarming connections. She recognized elements of herself in Kate, as a former aide remembered, appreciating not only the composure, but also the inner strength. A person capable of enduring challenges and continuing to excel over time, with their relationship growing stronger through both significant and personal experiences. Public appearances, such as their 2011 trip to Nottingham or their 2019 visit to King's Lynn, highlighted their comfort with each other. In Nottingham, Catherine's respectful manner as she followed Elizabeth's guidance received the Queen's approving nod, a quiet sign of her increasing confidence. In King's Lynn, their shared amusement at a local schoolchild's playful question about corgis brightened the audience, exposing a warmth seldom visible in Elizabeth's public behavior. These events were more than just opportunities for photographs. They provided insights into a real connection, based on mutual respect and a common commitment to duty. Private moments revealed a deeper narrative. At Sandringham, while sipping Earl Grey tea in the comfortable drawing room, Elizabeth would recount tales from the start of her reign, her tone softening as she discussed juggling motherhood and her royal duties. Catherine, as an attentive listener, took in these lessons, posing thoughtful questions and showing clear admiration. In return, Elizabeth enjoyed hearing Catherine's stories about George, Charlotte, and Louis, whose playful behaviors reminded her of Charles and Anne in their youth. The aide described those tea sessions as sacred, with no cameras or artificiality. Just two women who truly understood one another. Elizabeth also valued Catherine's contemporary approach, including her passion for photography, her involved parenting style, and her skill in making the royal family more approachable. At a 2017 Buckingham Palace garden party, the Queen observed as Catherine knelt to talk with a timid teenager, her friendliness captivating the onlookers. Later, Elizabeth commented to an aide that Catherine had a talent for making people feel noticed. This ability, combined with Catherine's fortitude, especially during her 2024 cancer diagnosis, solidified Elizabeth's confidence in her during the Queen's final months. Envision her at a speaker's stand in Nairobi or in a schoolroom in Sydney, her serene demeanor linking different countries. This responsibility is far from insignificant. It requires skillful negotiation, toughness, and an openness to public examination. However, Catherine's path from her 2024 cancer diagnosis to her successful comeback at Trooping the Color in 2025 demonstrates that she's prepared. Her appearance on the balcony in June was invigorating, with her smile projecting a self-assurance that mirrored Elizabeth's faith. Observers in royal circles murmured that she was no typical princess. She positioned herself next to Charles and William, not merely as a secondary figure, but as an equal in shaping history. The recordings are still kept secure in the family's personal archive. Their complete content is known only to the innermost circle of the crown, yet their effects are clearly evident. Charles, while dealing with his health issues, has gained fresh motivation from his mother's advice. His addresses now include elements of her plea to care for the public. William, always the devoted spouse, has fully embraced his part as Catherine's advocate. Their mutual looks at Royal Ascot convey a collaboration built on reliability. Princess Anne, the overlooked champion, observes from the background, having completed her tasks with the same understated resilience that marked her mother's rule. Her decision to release the videos at this time, as the monarchy confronts doubts about its importance, was a brilliant strategy, serving as a reminder that the crown persists through solidarity. To the general public, Catherine's ascent acts as a guiding light. Young followers on social platforms refer to her as the People's Princess 2.0, acknowledging her approachability and connection to Diana's heritage. Her efforts will reach outside the palace, impacting individuals in isolated communities and city areas equally. Think of a mother in a remote part of Canada gaining comfort from a Legacy Fund mental health initiative, or a student in Barbados planting trees motivated by Catherine's environmental efforts. These are the instances that Elizabeth imagined, where minor actions expand into significant influence. How does this affect the monarchy's future? It's a move towards greater inclusiveness, where someone from ordinary origins who became a consort can guide with the authority of a queen's approval. Catherine's kids, George, Charlotte, and Louis, will mature in an environment where being royal signifies duty, not only rituals. The upcoming obstacles are genuine, including worldwide emergencies, doubts from the public, and constant media attention. Yet, if Trooping the Color demonstrated one thing, it's that Catherine, Charles, and William form a cohesive team. Their connection has been reinforced by Elizabeth's messages. Regarding the questions in the text, my favorite part of this royal rebirth is the emphasis on unity and family bonds, as it highlights how the monarchy adapts while staying true to its roots. Yes, Catherine's new role inspires me as it showcases resilience, service, and the power of positive change in leadership. Express your opinions in the comments section and keep watching. For additional palace tales that could capture your attention, coming up next is a story from the royal records that will take your breath away.